You took an oath. If you recall, the first time you came to work for me, you took an oath. And I don't mean to the National Security Advisor of the United States. I mean to his boss. And I don't mean the president. You gave your word to his boss. You gave your word to the people who watch YouTube. Yes, James. You're absolutely right, I did. I did give my word. Well, as I hope you gathered there, that was my impression of James Earl Jones. What an iconic voice. And that's really why we call it an impression. It's only an impression of his voice. How can you hope really to duplicate the complexity and the richness of his wonderful voice? Well, we're going to try, and I think the only way we can do this is to look at two basic components of his voice that we can try and copy. The rest is just up to your own natural ability. So let's look at that first and quite obvious component to his voice, that deep, resonant voice. Now, you might say we've either got a deep voice or we haven't, but we can, most of us can put on a deep voice. We can lower our voice, can't we, the pitch of our voice. The trick is to try and do it without it sounding forced. And very often the harder we try to put on a low voice, the tighter our vocal cords become and the higher the pitch. So really what we want to do is relax those vocal cords as much as possible. It's almost like when you're not trying so hard, you might find it comes much more easily. Now there's another trick that we can do. It may be if we pull our chin back, we produce a double chin, or if we've got a double chin already, we produce a triple chin. Try to rest the bottom of that chin on the top of our chest. And now you'll probably find that it's easier to reach that lower pitch if you do that. A major part of James's resonance that he has is actually in his mouth. So even though the vocal cords are producing that deep pitch, his mouth is resonating to that pitch, if you know what I mean. So if you can increase the cavity of your mouth, it's almost like you've got hot food in your mouth. You're trying to cool it. You do this, and that reduces the pitch because your mouth is actually resonating with the same frequency that your vocal cords are producing. So now let's come to that second component, which I believe is integral to James's voice, and I think it's quite obvious really. He uses every piece of vocal equipment that God has given him. He speaks so clearly, he enunciates so clearly, he uses his mouth, his teeth, his lips, his tongue. So if you ever watch somebody speak, that is really a good clue as to how to impersonate them. Now look at the way he speaks. Exaggerate those mouth movements yourself to copy him.
For example, don't just talk like this. Talk like this. You gave your word. You gave an oath. Luke, I am your father.
And to increase that resonance, you can even put your hands around your mouth as if you're calling to someone and do a pretty good Darth Vader impersonation. For example,
Luke, I know what you are getting for Christmas. I have felt your presence.
Well, that's my approach to an impersonation of James Earl Jones. I hope you found it useful. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.